Resident doctors in Abuja and Oyo State embarked on a strike action during the week, citing poor working conditions and issues with remuneration. A few days later, the National Association of Resident Doctors embarked on a 5-day nationwide warning strike. What are their demands? And what will happen to access to health care all across the country in the days ahead? We address these issues with my guest tonight on Dateline Abuja. Hello and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I'm Kayla Magwa. Let's start with the major stories this week from Nigeria's presidency. It's time for our Abuja Wrap.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, through her social intervention program, the Renewed Hope Initiative, has given out 47 million naira to 47 tertiary students across Nigeria, along with laptops to aid their studies. The event, which took place in the State House Conference Center, had in attendance the wife of the Vice President, wives of state governors, and the Minister of Education, Marufa Lausa. Speaking, the First Lady encouraged the students to take advantage of the program, promising that all will be done to sustain the program.
Some of you have 2 more years. How many of you are studying courses more than 4 years? Can we have? Okay. So we have a lot. So we pray that, we pray that Mr. President will have a second term so that we continue. But if not, because God is the one who gives people position and power, we are still going to continue and make sure that you all complete school. I want you to be rest assured with that. So that's why we can't start a scholarship scheme that we cannot continue. This is not about politics. It's about people's lives. I hope you understand that.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has unveiled a nationwide environmental competition, the RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. She unveiled the challenge at the quarterly meeting with wives of state governors and coordinators of the RHI. The challenge, with the motto, Go Green Today for a Greener Tomorrow, is in 3 categories: households, communities, and state, offering a grand prize of 20 million naira for the best performing household, 50 million naira for the best community, and 100 million naira for the best state. The First Lady also presented a 100 million naira check to Enugu State, recognized by RHI as the Model Green State. The First Lady said this initiative, which is in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Environment, is to inspire a nationwide commitment to a cleaner and greener environment.
One, as a biologist, I've always loved to go green. During the time my husband was governor of Lagos State, I used to go clean roads. Unclog drains, I did a lot. I was young. So I used a lot of energy. I was all and about because, the sedentary life they put you in the State House, it was just too much. So I had to go out there. So I have reasons to go out and do work. So, and I think they have environmental sanitation days. So you have to lead by example.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has charged the relevant ministries and agencies of the government, as well as the private sector, to unite in ensuring that every Nigerian acquires the skill needed to thrive in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. He gave the charge during the 7th meeting of the National Council on Skills at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. According to him, skills revolution is one of the covenants the Tinubu administration has entered into with the Nigerian people and is central to its promise of human capital development. He commended Governor Obasani of Kaduna State for setting up and chairing the first Kaduna State Council on Skills, describing it as exemplary and urging other subnational governments to follow suit.
We have to unite as our people to see that the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a collection of isolated policies. It's a carefully thought out framework. It is a covenant with the Nigerian people, and central to that covenant is the promise of human capital development, a promise that every Nigerian can acquire the skills needed to thrive. And fulfilling such a promise is not contingent on interagency harmony. It demands it. We have to unite. We have to forge that harmony, that sense of togetherness, that sense of focus, that sense of vision, that sense of drive for us to accomplish those objectives. We must move towards a new streamlined workflow that embeds collaboration directly into the process of curriculum development and funding. No door to funding can be unlocked without both the ITF and the NDTE turning their keys together. Let us remember who we serve. As we leave this meeting today, we must continue to strive to develop and impose a unified command structure for Nigeria's skills revolution. We must replace fragmentation with a framework for partnership.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has directed the Presidential Food Systems Coordinating Unit to fast-track the disbursement of the federal government's 250 billion naira credit facility for smallholder farmers at single-digit interest rate. He gave the directive during a meeting he chaired at the Presidential Villa Abuja. The Vice President calls for a robust roadmap that ensures the funds reach the target farmers to ensure real productivity gains.
I want to place it on record our deep appreciation for Mr. President's leadership and guidance. His clear directives on fertilizer liberalization and the seed fund have given the PFSCU the mandate and political cover to act boldly. But the private sector must drive the process.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says President Bola Tinubu's cabinet is made up of people he calls square pegs in square holes who are driving the economic transformation agenda of the president. He stated this at the opening of the 66th annual conference of the Nigerian Economic Society in Abuja, where he also urged African countries to invest in human capital development for the growth of the continent. During the event, the leadership of the Nigerian Economic Society called for the institutionalization of a long-term national plan that will guide the government's policy formulation.
That embeds its human capital and reverse unemployment. Poverty must be confronted head-on for the promise of this continent to be realized in the lives of our people. The roads may have been bumpy, but our steps are firm. Consistent quarterly GDP growth, improved fiscal space, growth in external reserves, decline in inflation, stabilized exchange rates, and steady expansion of our infrastructure stock are gradually restoring investor confidence in Nigeria's economy. This is what happens when economies are not sidelined. Economists are very active in this business of governance.
Welcome back. Earlier in the week, the Association of Resident Doctors, FCT chapter, commenced a 7-day warning strike. This latest strike was declared by the president of the association, Dr. George Ebong, at the end of his emergency general meeting held on Friday, the 5th of September, 2025. A few days afterwards, the National Association of Resident Doctors kicked off a 5-day warning strike. Here are the details in our focus on the FCT. As early as 8 a.m. at the beginning of the new working week, resident doctors in the Federal Capital Territory commenced a 7-day warning strike. At the Asokoro District Hospital, the strike is received with mixed reactions from patients who had flocked in to seek medical care.
They didn't attend to me, and they are saying that they will go to this now. I said that they will go to strike almost a week. And see now, the week now, how many lives they will lose. And I made a check the matter, and the other countries, that is not like that. And we are here now, they are doing things that is not good. Now, I'm not happy with what the thing that they are doing.
They have, but it's not a good thing, Sha, because we are not okay that much, but we don't have any choice but to go. But it's affecting us badly. It's not a good one at all. Today is making it 4 days. So we have no choice. They say everybody should go, that they're on strike. We don't know the reason. So we have to go to our houses until when the strike is cut off.
The channel's television crew were denied access into the Maitama District Hospital. This warning strike is the third this year, following the one-week ultimatum issued by the association on August the 31st, 2025, to deliberate on persistent and unresolved issues. The doctors are demanding the immediate payment of salary arrears, the immediate recruitment of doctors, payment of the 2025 Medical Residency Training Fund, unexplained deductions in monthly salaries, immediate release of timelines for promotion exercises, conducive working conditions, urgent renovation, equipping and upgrade of FCT hospitals, payment of outstanding hazard allowances, among other demands. At this press conference, President of the Association, Dr. George Ebong, gives insight on their demands.
We are getting demoralized now. We can't continue to work in this pattern. If we continue to work in this pattern, none of us is going to be alive anymore. So we have to do the needful. And the needful is what we're doing this morning for 7 days. Let me start by saying that for a long time, we haven't had employment in FCT since 2011. Those that retired have not been replaced. Those that have left the country, the Japa syndrome, have not been replaced. Those that died have not been replaced. We keep doing, one doctor does the job of 5 to 6 doctors. A doctor will see up to 30 to 40 patients, and then he or she is going to go and do a call for another 2 days. A doctor is going to sleep in a call room that has no bed, that has rodents and reptiles. A doctor is going to walk with cannula on his or her body, seeing a patient while he or she is sick. So we continue to have issues like this happening. And we have come to realize that we are becoming harmful to our patients, and we are becoming dangerous to ourselves. And we can't continue to work this way. If we love our patients so much, we have to stay away from them. We can't keep treating them when we are sick, mentally, psychologically, physically. We can't keep doing that. If the government is refusing to employ, then the best thing we can do is to sit at home. And they know that when we work, our job is to make sure that our patients are well catered for medically.
He also painted a grim picture of the poor working conditions in the FCT hospitals, stating that the FCT minister has been duly notified of their plight.
We have met everyone that knows him, even within the same political landscape. We've spoken to them. We've told them to help us talk to the minister because we feel that the minister alone can solve our problems. And we want to try as much as possible that this is sorted out. Because we have issues with our working conditions. You go to a place like Abuja, for example, we don't know if they are now doctors or vet doctors. Because what they do now is why they are seeing patients, they are killing snakes at the same time. In the wards, in the consulting rooms, in the call rooms, we have begged and begged and begged and asked them to fumigate. And nothing has been done. We lost a colleague to a snake bite like 2 years ago.
Yes.
In Abuja, a nurse, right? And then we have some that had snake bites and we don't even have anti-venom. And we're saying that we need our working conditions to be better. You go to our call rooms. This is the staff. This is the doctor who, despite the fact that she had a fracture, she still came to work and a leg ulcer to see patients because we are short-staffed. And on this day, she told me she saw 35 patients in GOPD. And nobody cares if she's surviving or not. Nobody cares how she goes home. Nobody even cares if she walks or crawls. Just do the job. These are examination bed. Just tell me there is no bed bug in this one. This is how we're supposed to work and see people and be excited. This is actually an emergency. It's supposed to be sterile. How does this even look sterile to anyone right now?
On Wednesday, the 11th of September 2025, the National Association of Resident Doctors, the parent body of the Abuja chapter, commenced on a warning strike. A statement from Dr. Agbo Afyong, General Secretary, Association of Resident Doctors, FCTA, reads, quote, arising from the NARD ENEC meeting held on Wednesday, 10th of September 2025, which extended into the early hours of Thursday, the 11th of September 2025, the NEC members unanimously resolved to embark on a 5-day warning strike. The strike will commence at 8 a.m. on Friday, 12th of September 2025, and will end on Tuesday, 16th September 2025. All centers are hereby directed to duly inform their hospital management and continue to press home our collective demands. What are their demands? What's stopping them from being granted? What happens to people in hospitals right now? And what is a permanent solution to this recurring crisis in Nigeria's health sector? My guest is Dr. George Ebong, the president of the Association of Resident Doctors, FCT chapter. Dr. George Ebong, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you very much.
Maybe you can help us understand what the actual problems are and what happened with the last 2 strikes that they didn't answer the request that you made.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, we've had those demands before. Let me start with our working condition so I don't mix it up. Yes, it is true that our working conditions are not favorable. Let me give you statistics of how we see our patient in the FCTA hospitals. The population of Abuja is about 7 million plus. We have about 5,000 doctors in the whole of the FCT, both government hospitals and private hospitals. And in the FCTA alone, where we have 14 hospitals, we have just around less than 300 doctors, consultants, inclusive, medical officers, resident doctors, corpers, house officers, etc. And then, for example, in a hospital like Yanya General Hospital, that sees more of women and children, pregnant women and children, they see about 15,000 patients a month, and you have just about 20 doctors. You have about 40 bed space. So that amount of patient that they see.
40?
That's correct. Just 40 bed space.
In that Nyanya hospital?
That's correct. So you go there on a Monday, it's like you're in a market hospital. You've been there before? Good. So, and then 1 bed space should accommodate like 20 in a day. So that is why you see a lot of referrals. You just see that doctors will just refer patients because you don't have where to keep them. How do you see 15,000 patients with just about 20 doctors? How do you have just 40 to 41 bed space for like 15,000 patients? So this is the reality of our working condition, aside other things. And of course, we're saying that whatever they want to do, yes, it is true that they've been owing 27 doctors, some arrears, and other doctors as well, their arrears. But we're saying that they must employ. They must declare a state of emergency so that there'll be a waiver for employment. We can't continue to work like this.
Why aren't they employing? People have been sending CVs.
Yeah, a lot of CVs at the HMB, that's correct. The last employment was 2011. What they have done has been replacement that is not even sufficient.
Is it paucity of funds to pay salaries, maybe? They don't want to employ people and not be able to pay them.
I don't want to believe so. I don't want to believe so. Because even we that are getting paid, we don't get our salaries complete.
Yes, because I saw among the demands unexplained deductions from your salary.
That's correct. It's become a culture that once you get a salary for every month, there must be a deduction, and nobody can tell you why it's being deducted. No positive explanation to it. For example, like Wuse District Hospital, we've had like our X-rays not functional for like 3 years now. You have a patient, you want to quickly go through the X-ray, they have to go outside, and before they come back, probably the clinic is over, or they come at night, they rush into the hospital at night, and then you need an X-ray, they have to look for where to do an X-ray.
That Wuse Hospital?
That's correct. Sometimes you can't run some tests over the weekends because there are no reagents in the lab, or you can't do some things because there are no consumables. So these are the realities, and it's been there for a long time. Initially, we thought we could cope with that, but now we can't cope with that anymore.
What about the pay?
Well, the pay has actually been what it's been for some time. We've expected some upgrade. We have the commerce upgrade that should have been implemented for some time. It has not been implemented. Even the hazard allowance that was supposed to have been paid since 2021 has not been paid till now.
So when you went on strike earlier in the year, what made you call off the strike?
Yeah, because we had faith in them.
They said they were going to do what? What commitments did you get from
So the only commitment we got was there were some doctors that were owed for like 3 years, and so they started paying, and we had to reciprocate by calling off the strike.
Okay.
But then we noticed that some were not paid, like 27 of them. And from that January, we kept telling them that, look, you've not paid 27 of the doctors. Please try to pay them. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. And nothing has been done. And we keep reminding them over and over again.
You went on another strike?
Oh, we went on another strike in March because some doctors and other health workers were just declared ghost workers without without due process. And these doctors were still working. And in fact, some MDs, medical directors, were affected. I mean, they were at the hospital, they were declared ghost workers. And so we had to do that to bring them back into the system.
So then now, these other demands of yours
that they did not do since January.
Since January.
Absolutely. Is
what kind of negotiations are ongoing right now?
Yes, so we had one on Tuesday, and of course they're trying to see how they can fix the problem, especially
the minister
from the minister's office.
Minister of Labour?
No, ministers from FCT.
FCT minister.
Yes,
because you are employees of the FCT administration.
That's correct.
So you had a meeting with the FCT minister, have you?
No, we've not. We've not seen him.
Okay, what meeting did you have?
But we had a meeting with the PermSec Health. We had a meeting with the acting Director General of the HMB, the PermSec Treasury, SSA to the Minister.
What the Mandate Secretary for Health?
No, she wasn't among them.
Okay, she wasn't there.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So it was a robust meeting, but we told them that it's not all about the monies that they are owing. They must employ, because our doctors are becoming even hazardous to the patient because of the numbers of patients they are seeing. And of course, they're becoming dangerous to themselves. And you see our doctors now on antidepressants, antihypertensives, and it's not just funny anymore.
So after the meeting, what happened?
So we're told that we're going to see again. So we're hoping we'll see again before Monday.
Okay. So you're hoping that's for another round of negotiations.
That's correct.
All right. Before we wrap up, the biggest question everyone has for doctors when they go on strike is, don't you care about patients? We have in our reports there people who are in the hospital for one thing or the other. And they're telling them to go back home because doctors are on strike.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that.
What about the conscience of the work that you do? The conscience, the oath you took to save lives. How many lives are going to be lost during this period? And are you okay? Is that okay on your conscience?
No, it's not. But the thing is, when you see, it's even more traumatizing to us because we have relationship with our patient. Look, we know those people. We attend the same churches, we go to the same mosque, we go to the same market, we know them, they can call us, they have our phone numbers. But the problem is when we begin to see that we're even inflicting harm on them unknowingly because of the mental fatigue, we think we should step back a little bit. And of course, we have the oath you said, the physician's pledge that, the oath that we swear. And one of the things stated that there says that I will attend, that's a doctor now, I will attend to my own health, my well-being, my ability, in order to provide care of the ultimate standard, the highest standard. So you can't provide care for a patient when your well-being is compromised. You can't provide care to a patient when your mental state is compromised. You can't provide care to a patient when you're...
What's the plan?
We told them to give us a timeline.
Okay, have they given you that timeline?
No, they've not. We told them, look, give us a timeline. You need to give us a readable, working memorandum or something.
An actual commitment.
With signatures and timeline, because initially we'll meet them, they just tell us verbally, don't worry, you guys are doctors, you should be passionate, go back, and we listen to them. And that's why you see us having 3 strikes in a year now. This time we're saying, you know what, put everything into writing. We want to see by the minister, he needs to endorse it. We can go back believing that he will fix it, because we believe that the minister alone can fix this problem. He inherited the problem, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
He met it like that. It's a systemic failure. But we believe so much in him that he alone can fix this problem.
I want to thank you so much for making an attempt to be with us.
Thank you.
Greetings to everyone from ARDFCT and, of course, NARD, the national body. And we'll be watching to see how it all unfolds.
Thank you so much. And thank you for helping us to fix this problem.
Thanks to my guest and to everyone who spoke to us today on the program. We do hope this issue is resolved soon so we can get back to having access to healthcare in the FCT. Please let us know the happenings in your neighborhood using the social media handles showing right now on your screens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Magwa. See you next time.